The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council was silent. Dozens of alien races sat in a wide circle, their eyes fixed on the center stage. Floating in the middle was Earth's representative ambassador, Zara Lynn. She stood tall, dressed in the formal black robes of Earth's diplomatic corps, her face calm, but her hands clenched behind her back. High Chancellor Vero, a tall being with shimmering blue skin and a voice like wind through glass, rose from his seat. Ambassadors of the Council, Vero said, today we vote on Earth's position in the Galactic Alliance. Zara's heart skipped a beat. She stepped forward. I wasn't informed of any vote, Chancellor. It was decided this morning, said a gray-skinned delegate from the Torvax system. You were not invited to the discussion for security. Reasons? Security reasons? Zara asked, confused. Earth has served the Alliance for over 120 years. We've fought your wars, healed your sick, built your stations. Earth has grown dangerous, said another voice. It was a member of the Avrix, an insect-like race known for their speed and silence. Too fast, too clever, too unpredictable. Zara shook her head. We've done nothing wrong. That's the problem, Chancellor Vero said. You've done everything right. Too well. Murmurs filled the chamber. Lights dimmed. A vote began. One by one, the planets voted. Yes, yes, yes. Zara watched in disbelief as species after species chose to exile Earth, even those Earth had once saved. Only 3 races voted to keep Earth. The rest turned their eyes away from her. Is this how peace works now? Zara asked. Her voice echoed across the marble walls. You fear us, so you cast us out? The vote is final, Vero said. Earth is no longer a member of the Galactic Council. All trade, travel, and contact with Earth is forbidden. Immediate withdrawal begins now. Security bots floated toward Zara. She didn't move. She didn't beg. She just looked around the chamber, slowly memorizing every face. You will regret this, she said quietly. Then she was gone. Back on Earth, chaos broke loose. The exile order hit every major news feed. Trade ships were stopped. Communication satellites shut down. Allied planets turned silent. Earth was a lone dot in the war room beneath Geneva Dome. Earth's leaders gathered. They cut us off completely, said General Rail, slamming a report onto the table. No more fuel shipments, no medicine, no tech support. Even the diplomatic codes have been blocked. They think they can isolate us, said Zara. She stood by the window, watching the night sky. But they forgot who we are. President. Monroe looked at her. What do you mean? Zara turned slowly. Her voice was calm, but her eyes burned. I mean, we stop depending on them, she said. We start building alone. We train our own fleets. Create new alliances, silent ones, in the shadows. But why did they exile us? Asked the science chief. We helped them. They're afraid, Zara said. They saw what we're becoming. Faster than their ships. Smarter than their AI. Stronger than their soldiers. Then what now? General Rail asked. We disappear, Zara replied. Let them think we're weak. Let them forget us. She paused. And when the stars forget Earth, we'll remind them. Years passed, 10, then 15, then 20. The galaxy moved on. Earth became a rumor, a name whispered in dark corners of the universe. Some said humans had died off. Others said they returned to the Stone Age. No one had seen a Terran ship in 2 decades. The Council thrived in Earth's absence, or so they believed. But on the edge of known space, in black zones where no light touched, something was growing. Ships moved through asteroid fields like ghosts. New engines hummed without sound. Weapons that never missed were tested in silence. Earth was not sleeping. It was watching and waiting. In the 21st year, something strange happened. A Council supply station near the edge of the Lurian belt went dark. No distress signal, no signs of battle. Patrol ships found nothing, only Silence. On the station's walls, someone had burned a strange symbol. A blue sphere with 3 rings, Earth's old emblem. The council dismissed it. Probably pirates, said the Torvax leader. A prank, said the Avrix, but Ambassador Saya of the Sirixi didn't laugh. She remembered Zara Lynn's eyes. A week later, another station vanished. Then, a dreadnought. Then, a colony. Each time no sound, no survivors. Only the symbol. The council gathered in panic. We must find out who is doing this, shouted Chancellor Vero. An advisor handed him a data chip. We found something, the advisor said nervously. A signal embedded in the ruins. The Chancellor pressed play. A single voice spoke. Come, familiar. This is Earth, you exiled. US, you tried to forget us, but we remember. Silence followed, do you? The council fell into chaos. Military ships were ordered across the galaxy. Borders locked down. Trade halted. Fear returned. And in the silence between stars, Earth waited, quiet, patient, and ready. The day Earth was exiled was the day everything changed. Not for Earth, but for the galaxy. Because now, the Forgotten had returned. And this time, they brought shadows and fire. No one had seen a human in 20 years. After Earth was exiled, the galaxy expected chaos. Many believed humans would collapse without council support. Others thought Earth would beg to return, but Earth didn't fight back. It didn't ask for help, it just vanished. At first, the council celebrated. Trade routes stabilized, power shifted, new species rose. The word Earth slowly faded from official records, but the silence was strange, too. Quiet. Ambassador Saya of the Sirixi never trusted it. They're not gone, she said one evening. Standing in her private chambers aboard the council ship Unity's Eye, humans don't disappear. They endure, they adapt. Her aide looked uneasy. Then where are they, Ambassador? We haven't seen one Terran ship in 2 decades. Not a single signal, not even pirate chatter. Saya turned to the wide window. Stars stretched beyond like frozen sparks. They're hiding, she said, and waiting. Deep in uncharted space, where the stars grew cold and maps turned blank, Earth was alive, beneath the dark side of Saturn's 3rd moon, inside a hidden base called Black Horizon. Human scientists worked day and night. Their faces were tired, but their eyes burned with focus. Run the simulation again, said Zara Lynn, her voice sharp. The hologram blinked. A galaxy map appeared, covered in red dots. General Rail leaned over her shoulder. That's 74. Targets now, he said. Strategic council assets, all mapped, all reachable. Zara nodded. And how many will see us coming? None, Rail smiled. We've tested the cloak systems. Not even their best scanners can see us. Zara didn't smile. Her face stayed cold. We're not ready for war, she said. But we are. Ready to be remembered. A soft knock came from the door. It was Maya, the eye technician. Young, brilliant, and brave. Ma'am, Maya said, Project Ghostline is complete. We've finished the long-range probe launch. Zara turned. And? We've sent 10 probes to the outer rim. Each will broadcast one signal, one word. Zara raised an eyebrow. Which word? Maya hesitated. Return. Across the galaxy, strange things started happening. In the dense markets of Torvax Prime, traders reported hearing voices in their human voices. But when checked, the channels were empty. On the moons of Denka, a council patrol ship disappeared. Its last log said, "We saw Earth's mark." At first, these were dismissed as myths, ghost stories. Nothing serious. Until the attacks began. It started small. A weapons factory lost power for 3 days. Their drones shut down without reason. Then, a science lab went silent. Every digital record erased. Then a fleet vanished. No explosion. No debris. Only the crew's final words remained. They're here. In the council chamber, fear returned. What do we know about these attacks? Chancellor Vero demanded that Ambassador Saya stood slowly. They're not random, she said. Each one targets council power, weapons, data, ships, not a single civilian harmed. The Chancellor frowned. You believe it's Earth? I don't believe. Saya replied. I know. A silence fell over the room. They've changed. She continued. This isn't the Earth we exiled. This is something new, smarter, colder, calculated. Another ambassador scoffed. Impossible. Earth was never that advanced. They are now, Saya said. Back in Black Horizon, Zara watched. The stars. A message played quietly behind her. It was a council transmission, scrambled and confused. Still no word from Station 12. The emblem appears again. Earth's symbol. We don't understand. Rail walked in. They're scared, he said. They should be, Zara replied, but we haven't done anything yet. That's what scares them. Rail stepped closer. Are we going to war? Zara turned to face him. Her eyes, once warm, were sharp as blades. No, she said. We're going to let them. Imagine the war. That's worse. Fear spread faster than truth. Merchants canceled routes near old Earth zones. Smugglers refused to go near Terran space. Even Council military commanders refused to say the word Earth out loud. But Earth had done nothing. Yet it was the silence that frightened them. Zara understood that well. She knew the power of fear. People fear what they can't see, she said during a command meeting. And now they can't see us. We're shadows, we're myths. That makes us unstoppable. Rail nodded. But for how long? As long as we need, Zara replied. We're not just returning. We're becoming something greater, something they'll never forget again. On a cold mining planet called Veskari 9, a young worker found a strange device buried deep in the rock. He brought it to the surface. When touched, it activated. A message played. The stars forgot Earth, but Earth never forgot the stars. Then it exploded, not with fire, but light. The sky lit up with a signal, a symbol known only to old history books. The blue Earth emblem. 3 rings around a sphere. The council saw it. Every ship, every outpost, every station saw it. Across the galaxy, one word appeared in every system. Returning the council's deepest vaults, old war files were opened. Operations from centuries ago, secret missions. Files labeled Terran potential. They had always known Earth's power. They just hoped they would never see it rise. Now, the silence was broken. But Earth still hadn't spoken, that it hadn't fired a shot, that it hadn't taken a life, that it only waited. As the galaxy unraveled itself, with fear. Because silence was Earth's loudest message, and the stars were finally listening. Space was vast, dark, and full of secrets. But lately, one word echoed through the emptiness like a quiet storm. Earth. No one spoke it loudly. People whispered it in shadows, on forgotten channels, in hushed tones at the end of messages. Number. One could prove anything. But everyone felt it. Something was coming. In the outer zones, traders told strange stories. A Torvax freighter captain swore his ship's systems went dark for 3 minutes near the Kuros belt. No power, no signal. Just silence, he told a bartender on Unistation. Then, on my screen, 3 blue rings. And a human face. She said one word, soon. Others called it madness. But the stories kept spreading. A mining ship disappeared. A pirate base was found empty, no signs of struggle, no damage. Just food still warm and systems left running. On the walls, Earth's emblem. In the center of the galaxy, inside the high towers of the Galactic Council, fear was growing. Chancellor Vero stood over a holographic map, watching blinking lights disappear one by one. Another station? He asked sharply. Yes, sir, said an officer. Dara 4 is gone. No explosion, just ... thing. Again. He clenched his fist. What about the signal? It played the same message. Audio only. A voice said, "We have returned." Then it shut off. Ambassador Seiya entered the room. "They're not hiding anymore," she said. "They want us to know." Vero turned. "Do you believe it's Earth?" "I do," she said. "And this is just the beginning." Far from Council space, in a black zone without name, Earth's fleet gathered. They weren't massive like the old days. These ships were sleek, silent, invisible to standard scans. Some didn't even look like ships, they looked like shadows. Drifting in the dark dot inside the command ship Vigilant Flame, Zara Lin stood before a glass window, hands behind her back. "Our whispers are working," she said quietly. General Rail stepped beside her. "They're panicking. They should, but not yet completely." He nodded. "We've targeted 17 Council worlds. Civilian infrastructure untouched. Military only." Zara stayed quiet for a moment. "Any response?" "They're increasing. Patrols, scanning empty space, calling emergency meetings." "Perfect," she said. Maya, the young AI technician, entered the room. "Ma'am, message received. Pirate King of the Razor Rings wants to speak. Privately. Says he knows who you are." Zara looked interested. "Bring him through." A dark screen lit up. A scarred man appeared, half human, half machine, sitting on a metal throne. "Ambassador." "Lin," he said with a crooked smile. "Didn't think I'd see your face again." "Captain Rel," Zara said calmly. "Still pretending to be royalty, I see," he laughed. "You disappeared for 20 years, and now your ghosts are everywhere." "I want to know, are the rumors true?" "That depends. What rumor?" "That Earth is building an empire in the shadows. That your ships are unstoppable. That you have weapons no one understands." Zara said nothing. Rel leaned closer. "And that you're not here for revenge. You're here for something bigger." Her silence was his answer. He nodded slowly. "I want in." Meanwhile, on a council moon called Koresh, a local security officer found something unusual during a routine check. A tiny metal cube, hidden under a supply drone. He tapped it. The cube unfolded like a flower and projected a hologram. Zara's voice filled the room. "We are not enemies. We are the reminder. You forgot Earth, but Earth remembers you." The officer ran the footage to his commander, who took it to the Council. Within hours, systems across the moon were shut down. Fear spread faster than light. Inside the Council war room, chaos ruled. "We can't find them," one general said. "They're in 10 places at once," said another. "They haven't attacked civilians," someone whispered. "That's what makes it worse," Seiya said. Chancellor Vero slammed his fist on the table. "Then we smoke them out. We search every dark zone, every empty field." "It won't work," Seiya replied. "They're not trying to fight us. They're trying to make us afraid." A silence fell. "And it's working," she added. "Back." On the Vigilant Flame, Zara stood before her people. "We do not strike out of anger," she said. "We do not kill without reason. We are not the monsters they believe. We are the shadow in their mistakes, the whisper in their power, the memory they buried." She paused, but now the whisper becomes a voice. The crowd stood in silence. Then Riel stepped forward. "When do we speak?" Zara looked out at the stars. "Soon." In a hidden council message hub on the planet Delora, a secret warning came through. It said only, "They are among us." 2 hours later, the building lost power. When backup systems came online, nothing was stolen. No one was harmed. But a message played across every screen. We were exiled, but not broken. We were silenced, but not forgotten. We are Earth, and we have returned. From every corner of the galaxy, eyes turned toward the dark edges of the star map, toward Earth's last known location. But no ships came. No armies arrived. Just whispers. And sometimes, those are more dangerous. Then war. Because fear grows in silence, and the whisper of Earth was now everywhere. The galaxy had grown used to whispers, strange messages, vanishing outposts, the emblem of Earth appearing in forgotten places, but there had been no war. No real fight. Until now. It began on the edge of Council space, a station called Outpost. Helios floated alone above a dead planet. It stored deep space weapons and ran scans for pirate ships. Boring work. No real threat. Commander Therex, a tall, sharp-eyed alien from the Juran species, leaned back in his chair, yawning. "Status?" he asked lazily. "All systems normal," his officer replied. "No activity in this sector for weeks." "Figures," Therex muttered. "Nothing ever." The lights blinked. Then the screens turned black. Power drop. The officer shouted, "Get back up online." Therex ordered, standing up. But before they could move, the main monitor lit up. It wasn't a warning. It was a face. Human. Female. Zara Lynn. "This is not a warning," she said calmly. "This is a memory." Then the message ended. A soft hum filled the room. The weapons vault began to melt from the inside. Silent, clean, perfect. Outside, above the station, a dark shape hovered long, smooth and invisible to basic sensors. It fired one pulse of light. The station vanished in silence. No debris. No explosion. Just gone. News spread like wildfire. "Outpost Helios is lost," an emergency report read. "No signs of attack. No survivors. No alarms." At first, the Council refused to believe it. A glitch, maybe. A reactor issue. But then came the second strike. Dreadnought called Titan's Blade, one of the Council's strongest ships, was destroyed mid-jump. Its last message was a scream and a symbol. Earth's emblem, 3 rings around a blue sphere. No one laughed now. In the Council war room, voices clashed. "This is war," shouted one general. "But we can't find them." Another yelled. "They strike, then vanish," someone else said. "They're ghosts," whispered a junior officer. Chancellor Vero looked at the blinking red dots on the war map, one after another. Council military sites going dark. Ambassador Saya stepped forward. "This isn't war, not yet," she said. "This is a message. Earth is reminding us of what we lost and what we created." "What do they want?" Vero demanded. She answered coldly. "They want to show us we're not in control anymore." Back on the human command ship Vigilant Flame, General Rail watched as Earth's fleet moved with silent precision. "Our systems are perfect," he told Zara. "Not a single trace left behind." "They can't follow us," Zara nodded. Her eyes were locked on the map. "Good. No civilians harmed?" "None," Rail confirmed. "Only military targets. We disabled 2 Council factories and an unmanned defense satellite. No loss of life." Zara didn't smile. "We don't destroy for revenge. We destroy to teach." Maya entered the room. "Ma'am, the Council is calling for emergency meetings." "They're calling us terrorists." Zara shook her head. "They called us dangerous even before we acted. Let them talk. Fear is our first weapon." In a quiet corner of Council space, a fleet commander named Dren made a bold decision. He gathered 12 ships and set a trap. A fake signal was sent broadcasting a distress call. Pretending to be from a colony under attack, he was sure the humans would come, and they did. But not how he expected. At midnight station time, Dren's ships picked up a signal. Soft music, a human song from centuries ago. The lyrics repeated, "We are the ones you forgot. Now remember." Then, Earth's ships appeared not from the front, but from above and below. They didn't fire. They disabled. Each Council ship lost power, sensors, and weapons in seconds. Their engines froze mid-flight. Zara's voice echoed through every ship. "This is mercy. Do not forget it." When power returned, Earth's ships were gone. No lives lost, But Dren never spoke again. He sat silently in his command chair, eyes wide, whispering, "We never had a chance." The council gathered. In panic, "This is worse than war," said Seiya. "They hit fast, leave no trail, and don't kill." "It's humiliation," Vero shouted. "We must strike back." "With what?" Seiya asked. "They're using technology we can't detect. Ships we can't touch. And every time we chase them, we find nothing." An old ambassador, quiet until now, finally spoke. "They are not trying to destroy us," he said. "They are trying to show us who truly holds the power." In the dark zones of space, where no stars shine, Zara stood before her crew. "Today we struck," she said. "Not with hate, not with rage, but with clarity." Her voice grew quiet. "They exiled us, they erased us, but we never stopped being. Earth, and now the galaxy remembers." Rael stood beside her. "The council is scared." "Good," Zara said, "because next, we don't just whisper. We speak." A long silence passed. Then Zara looked out the glass window into space. "And when we speak," she whispered, "we will not ask permission." Somewhere on a small moon, a child looked up at the stars. He pointed at a strange light moving across the sky. "Papa, what's that?" he asked. His father looked up, confused. The ship made no sound. It wasn't council made. It was smooth, beautiful, and gone in an instant. "Just a shadow," the man replied. But far away, across the galaxy, leaders were no longer sleeping. Earth had made its move, not with fire, but with silence, speed, and control. The first strike was not the end. It was only the beginning. It was just after sunrise on the capital world of Varelia, the heart of the Galactic Council. The sky was calm. The streets were busy. Ambassadors moved through crystal towers and hover platforms like it was any other day. Then everything stopped. Across every screen, public and private light glitched. Conversations froze. Drones halted midair. Screens turned black. Then a face appeared. Zara Lynn. Her image was calm, her voice smooth and steady. She wore the old black and blue uniform of Earth's diplomatic corps. Behind her, the symbol of Earth, 3 blue rings shined like a brand. "This is Zara Lynn," she began. "Former ambassador of Earth, former friend of this council." Silence ruled every room, every city, every ship. "You exiled us. You called us dangerous. You locked your doors and whispered lies about who we were. And then, you forgot us." Zara paused, "But Earth never forgot you." In the council war chamber, alarms blared. Techs rushed to disable the broadcast, but the signal was too deep, woven through emergency channels, override codes. "Even backup comes." "She's in everything," a technician cried. "This isn't a hack, it's a takeover." Chancellor Vero stood frozen. Ambassador Seiya stared at the screen. Her expression wasn't fear. It was understanding. "Let her speak," she whispered. "We watched as you moved on," Zara's voice continued. "We watched you grow rich from our absence. We watched you turn the young against us. We watched as you filled history with lies." Her tone sharpened. "And now you will remember." Images filled the screen, fast flashes of council bases. Destroyed, dreadnoughts shut down, stations left floating in silence. "No deaths, just precision." "We did not strike with rage," Zara said. "We struck with control. We showed you what we are capable of. Without shedding blood." She leaned closer. "That was mercy." Across the galaxy, people stopped working. Pilots froze in mid-flight. Students in space academies stared wide-eyed. Even the black markets fell quiet. Zara Lynn's message reached everyone. "All we asked for was respect. What you gave us was exile. Now we do not ask. Now we demand." The camera pulled back. Behind Zara stood dozens of silent human commanders. Their eyes were hard, focused, ready. "You have 7 days," she said. 7 days to respond. Join our peace or face our silence again. And silence will not be kind next time. The screen flickered. Then one final line appeared, glowing in blue text. We return with warships and a throne. The broadcast ended, every system rebooted. Power returned, but no one spoke. The council chamber erupted in noise. She's threatening us. They'll never get this close again. We must prepare for war. No, Seiya said quietly. Vero turned to her. What now? They didn't declare war, she replied. They declared dominance. Back on Earth's flagship, Vigilant Flame, Zara stood silently, looking out at the stars. General Rail approached. It's done. The message reached every channel. Civilian, military, pirate, even blacklisted colonies. Maya stepped forward, eyes wide. And the reactions are flooding in. Zara turned to her. Tell me. Maya took a breath. Some are afraid, others want to talk. A few worlds have already requested contact. Even a few rogue factions within the council. Rail smiled. They're breaking apart. Zara nodded. We didn't need war. Just truth. She walked to the center of the command deck. Now we wait, but not long. In the underground chambers of Crystallis Prime, the council's most secure location, Vero met with 6 top military leaders. We must crush them now, he sighed. Find their fleets. Destroy them before they strike again. A general leaned forward. And what if we fail? Then we keep failing until they surrender, Vero growled. But sir, another officer said, they haven't killed a single council citizen, not one. Even their attacks were non-lethal. What if they're better than us now? Vero snapped. Is that what you're trying to say? The room fell silent. Finally, Seiya stood. You want to crush Earth. But tell me, who will crush us if we fail? Vero's eyes narrowed. What would you suggest? Talk, she said. Before we give them a reason to end the silence for good. Elsewhere in deep space, a small smuggler ship received Zara's message late. The captain, a rugged ex-council pilot, played it twice. Then looked at his crew. You think she means it? One asked. The captain smiled. No, he said. I think she already won. The days ahead would be filled with fear, meetings, hidden alliances, and shifting loyalties. But one thing had changed forever. Earth was no longer forgotten. It was back. Not as a beggar, not as a rebel, but as a voice strong enough to shake stars. And behind that voice was power. Not in numbers. But in control. The stars had never seen a war like this. It wasn't loud. It wasn't chaotic. It was cold, fast, and deadly precise. Across the galaxy, council fleets scrambled, searching for the ghosts that haunted them. But Earth's ships moved like shadows always. One step ahead. On the bridge of the council battleship Iron Talon, Commander Dren slammed his fist against the console. They vanished again, he shouted. Our sensors can't find a single trace. His second-in-command looked grim. They hit the mining colony on Pishara. We lost 200 workers. Dren's eyes narrowed. Any survivors? None, but the attack was surgical. No weapon systems were used. The colony was just shut down. Across the room, Admiral Torvax tapped his chin. They don't want chaos. They want control. Dren spat. Control through fear. Meanwhile, in the silent corridors of Earth's flagship Vigilant Flame, Zara Lin met with her commanders. We don't fight like the old wars, she said. Our weapons don't cause destruction. They cause paralysis. General Rail nodded. We disable systems, shut down power, stop the enemy without a fight. Maya added, their ships can't escape. Their sensors go dark. Their weapons become useless. Zara's eyes gleamed. We show them what happens when you exile the wrong people. Back on Iron Talon, the council tried one last desperate tactic. Set a trap, ordered Vero from the command deck. Send false distress signals. Bait them to attack, Dren grinned. I'll take the bait myself. The trap was set near the asteroid field of Valdris. Earth's ships arrived as expected, but instead of attacking, Zara's voice echoed across all council channels. We do not seek your destruction. We seek your respect. Suddenly, Earth's ships disappeared. Then came the shock. Council ships lost power one by one. Dren watched in horror as his own ship systems failed. We're blind. The communications officer yelled, Zara's voice returned cold and clear. Join us or fall into silence. Panic spread. Council worlds begged for peace. Tell us what you want, pleaded Ambassador SEYA. Zara answered, we want a new alliance, one where Earth leads, not follows. Rail looked at Zara. Are we ready for that? She smiled slightly. The war is not over, but it is changing. In the shadows, some council members whispered rebellion. They cannot win, said one. They already have, said another. In a quiet room far from the war, a child watched. Stars flicker through a window. Will it end soon? He asked his mother. She held him close. We must believe in peace. Outside, the stars waited. The war across the stars was not about fire and destruction, that it was about power. Control. And who would hold the future? The Galactic Council had ruled the stars for centuries. Its power was absolute, its voice unchallenged. Or so they believed. But power built on fear is fragile. In the great chambers of Varelia, the council members gathered, faces tense and voices low. Chancellor Vero sat at the head of the table, his usual calm replaced by unease. We are losing control, he admitted. Earth's fleet moves like ghosts. Our systems fail one by one. Our fleets are trapped without warning. Ambassador Saya nodded. They fight differently. Not with weapons of destruction, but with silence and precision. Vero slammed his fist on the table. Then we must fight differently. We must strike hard, or we fall. General Kale, commander of the Council's strongest fleet, spoke up. The problem is not their ships, but their message. Fear spreads faster than fleets. Worlds are questioning us. Some are already turning to Earth. Traitors, muttered one ambassador. No, said Saya. They are survivors. They want a future where Earth leads, where the Council does. Not rule with iron, but with respect. The room was silent. Vero looked around, frustrated. Then what do you suggest? Saya's eyes were steady. We negotiate. Before it is too late. But the council was divided. Some called for peace. Others called for war. Chaos grew. On the edge of council space, Zara Lynn watched the turmoil from the command bridge of Vigilant Flame. They are breaking, she said softly. General Rail replied. They will not surrender easily, Zara smiled. No, but they will fall. Her eyes scanned the star map, red dots marking council strongholds weakening by the day. They fear us, she said. Not because we are cruel, but because we are patient. Because we strike when they do not expect. A message arrived from the front lines. We have taken control of Varelia's orbital defenses, the commander reported. Council fleets are retreating. Zara's voice was calm but full of power. This is the beginning. Inside the council chambers, panic turned to desperation. Vero faced his advisors. If we lose Varelia, we lose the heart of the council. Ambassador Saya stepped forward. We still have allies who want peace. We must use them. Vero nodded slowly. Arrange talks. But I fear it may be too late. In the dark of space, Earth's fleet advanced steadily. Ships that had been shadows now shone with quiet strength. Zara's voice came over the comms. To those who wish to fight, prepare to face silence. To those who wish to speak, prepare your words carefully. A surprising message arrived from a council faction, long thought loyal. We offer peace, they said. Recognize Earth's place, share power, end this war. Zara studied the message. Show "Them our terms," she said. "Peace," General Rail repeated. At last, the galaxy watched as the council began to crumble. The mighty empire, once unbreakable, was now a fractured force. The fall of the council was not sudden. It was a slow unraveling made worse by the silence between the stars and the return of Earth. The galaxy was different now. The mighty galactic council, once feared across the stars, had fallen, its ships scattered, its leaders silenced. The old order shattered. And in the quiet space left behind, Earth rose. On the bridge of the flagship Vigilant Flame, Zara Lynn stood tall. Around her, the human fleet gleamed quietly, smaller than the council's once, but stronger in will and precision. General Rail approached her. "We hold the galaxy's attention." Zara nodded. "Not just attention, respect, fear, hope." Rail frowned. "Some worlds still resist. Old loyalties die hard." Zara's eyes sharpened. "Then we remind them." Back on Varelia, the former seat of the council, Zara addressed a gathering of leaders from many star systems. The room was large and filled with species from across the galaxy. "Today," she began, "we do not seek to rule with fear or force. We seek to build a new future, one where all voices are heard, where power is shared, where peace is real." A murmur ran through the crowd. Some skeptical, some hopeful. An elder ambassador from the Dralak species stood. "And what of those who refuse this new order?" Zara smiled faintly. "Then they will find the galaxy is no longer theirs to claim. We offer peace, but we will defend what is just." That night, Zara stood alone on the observation deck, staring at the stars. The weight of centuries pressed on her. A soft voice came behind her. "General Rail, you changed everything." She turned. "We changed everything, not by fire, not by destruction, but by returning stronger, wiser, and united." Rail studied her. "And the throne? What is Earth's throne now?" She looked back to the stars. "It is not a seat of power. It is a promise that we will protect the galaxy, that we will never be forgotten again." But peace was not easy. Old enemies whispered in shadows. Secret factions plotted. The scars of exile ran deep. One evening, a secret message came through to Zara. A small moon near the edge of human space was under attack. Pirates, armed and desperate, tried to take what was left. Zara called her commanders. "We will protect those who cannot protect themselves." The fleet moved fast and silent. When they arrived, the pirates fled. The moon was safe. Rail turned to Zara. "We are more than warriors. We are guardians." In the years that followed, Earth's influence grew not through fear, but through alliances, trade, and respect. Zara became not a queen, but a leader among many. The old council was no more. In its place rose a new council, diverse, fair, and strong. Earth held its place at the center, not as a throne of conquest, but a beacon of hope. In a quiet moment, Zara spoke to her crew. "We were exiled to the shadows. We returned with silence and strength. Now we build a future where no one fears the stars." She smiled. "The throne is not made of gold or steel. It is made of trust." And with that, the stars shone brighter than ever before.